Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese, and this is another week of sound alikes. And yesterday we already talked about the first jiǎn. This is another jiǎn. It sounds the same. It share a major part of the radical together, and traditional Chinese classification would mark this right side as the sound maker. Well, the meaning comes from the left side, because the left side is the categorical thing. We know this is wood, and wood plus qian in historical sense, it means under the roof, people debate, and then result is follow. So it came from chaos, different opinions, and end up with unity of sharing the same collective decision making, and then everybody going the same way about something. So it's rule making, law making, ancient times process that eventually symbolizes restricting and rules. When that paired with wood symbol on the left side, which is just canopy, root, trunk, three part of the tree, and that's one of the five major elements of the Chinese ancient, philosophizing, the major elements of the universe. So when wood paired with this restricting, this qian character, it means a particular kind of thing. Historically, I guess librarians in ancient China society would use this type of wood chips to label the document. So without opening, like unrolling the document, I would imagine ancient times that the document saving was quite like open and close. It was not in a book form. It's rolling up. So to unroll it would take quite some time, right? So to save time, one strip of letters would mark what's inside there without opening it, right? So it's the ancient, I guess, index to point to official documents. And we would regard these documents as the legal binding documents. It's kind of like, okay, the central government back then, the emperor, made a decision and issued documents of how, like a new law, right? So the whole regional systems, like a bureaucracy, would pick up this law, save the documents from the central government, so everybody doing things the same way. And so we can infer that well-documented and indexed documents would be this laws, mostly legal documents. So it was an ancient law book, titles on those books. So that eventually was used to mean inspect, because how do you inspect? You inspect by checking what's going on, like the reality, complicated, chaotic, with the rule, right? So this particular wood chip label would represent the rule, like leading to the legal documents. So this cross-checking, like reality against the rule, preset rule, that's the inspection. So you have to check against some standard, right? So this thing leads to the standard. Eventually, it departed from just like legal processing. It goes to more like product, because, okay, made in China was still a thing, and a lot of quality inspection, use this word, 检. Okay, 检测 means measure, and over it is basically you observation and measure it so that you can say yay or nay. 检 is the whole act of inspect, and the method to inspect that is by quantifying something, measure it to say if it's up to par. So that's 检测. It's kind of a double down on the same meaning, but one is the overall goal is to inspect, to say yay or nay, and then the 测 is the method. Okay, 检查 查 is okay, we talked about that a while back. It's about oracle. ancient animal sacrifice here, and we have this oracle reader, this divine decoder person, and that person need to carefully check what's the divine message. Ancient practice would put. So this cha means like a closely read into the signs, because this is a person's supposed to be divine signs, and you're supposed to read it correctly to forecast what's going to happen so that the whole society can be prepared themselves to whatever is a good times or bad times. We need to prepare accordingly, right? So it's a very important, high stake inspection. So 检 and the 查 together give it a sense of, okay, you inspect, not only it's kind of like a human law, you're checking the divine sign as well. It's a bigger, more serious of inspect. So 检查 in Chinese today's context would be more like a prosecuting. So it's before you bring up to court some, I guess, professional legal prosecutors going to check your case against the law and really collect all the documents, get the case ready before bring out to the court. So that's 检查. 检点. Okay, here, this 检点 means check your behavior. It's self-censorship of not only what you say, but mostly what you do. So 检点 almost like you want to behave according to the societal standard. So here the 检, this benchmarking is against the social expectations back then. And 点, I guess, is like point, like your own individual data against the societal standard, and you self-checking that before do anything. You 检点 to check your own data point against the societal standard. And oftentimes, people, when they don't respect the societal, like they are rebels, then they probably don't care about self-checking, self-censorship. They want to live up to their own way of doing things, expressing things. So, as you know, China was and still is a highly conformative culture. So people who had audacity to do that were far and few in between. So this 检点 was often used by societal, individuals who were commenting on whoever was the rebellious behavior, would kind of warn after them to offer this, verbal judgment on somebody that you need to be more 检点, like a self-checking more. All right, so here is 检, inspect. Thank you for your time. See you another day.